Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. Thank you, as always, for spending some time with us. So much for the norms. That's the focus of tonight's angle. They wanted us to believe that they were patriots dedicated to saving democracy and stamping out all forms of political violence.
Those who perform these reprehensible acts cannot be called protesters. No. These were domestic terrorists.
When the threat that was metastasizing was the threat of white nationalist domestic terror.
The domestic threats we face in our country, we just have to draw a line in the sand and say, this can't be the way we move forward as a country.
Oh, I love the hushed tones. But as we saw in the Democrats' casual treatment of the George Floyd-inspired looting and destruction of our cities to today's coordinated attacks on Tesla, we know that there are certain acts of domestic terror they're always going to let slide. Now, have you seen any of the top Democrats, I mean any of them, publicly condemn what's happened to these dealerships? Or the individual Tesla owners, what's happened to them? Only a few of them have spoken out, just recently, after weeks of this violence. But come on, ideological consistency is for saps. After all, they have a government efficiency operation to stop. And man, are they scrambling. They're scrambling to save their sacred cows of runaway federal spending, woke governance, and an unaccountable bureaucracy. That's what they have to protect. Now, if you sign on with the radical left, the ends always justify the means. And in this case, the end game is preventing Musk from exposing the systematic theft, waste, abuse, and corruption that is literally stealing hundreds of billions of dollars a year, maybe even more, from the American taxpayers. If stopping Musk and Doge requires lawfare, they'll do lawfare. If it requires that they launch a nationwide campaign of political violence against him and other pro-MAGA business leaders, they'll do that too. They will stop at nothing. Musk has a message for them, though.
I can't walk past the TV without seeing a Tesla on fire. And like, what's going on? Some people, it's like, listen, I understand if you don't want to buy our product, but you don't have to burn it down. That's a bit unreasonable, you know. Like, this is psycho. Stop being psycho.
Stop being psycho. God, good luck on that wish. Now, several of these moronic Tesla vandals have been arrested. They're just not very smart. But President Trump says that's just the beginning.
He's going through a lot, what they're doing to him. And these people are going to be caught, and they're going to be caught, and they're going to be prosecuted. They could get 20 years in jail, and they'll get it. I'll tell you, there's going to be no leniency, and there'll be no pardons. It's under very serious investigation by the FBI and by the Justice Department.
As for those who claim that silent Democrat politicians bear no responsibility here, let's not forget what people like Tricky Dick Durbin was saying back in 2019 about a link between violence and heated language.
A man went into a synagogue and killed one person, injured others. Why is this happening? What do you see as the root cause here?
This is domestic terrorism. Let's call it for what it is. This has really been fomented because of the rhetoric that we're hearing from the White House.
But the Democrats are absolved now after their rhetoric about Musk, the Nazi, the oligarch, the autocrat, Hitler. Now, again, Democrats, they're so out of control. They're grasping at straws. They're even shredding their own norms. EVs are great. They may help with climate change. Burn the Teslas. Or how about, we're for girl power. But biological men must be allowed to compete in women's sports. And now, political violence is always unacceptable, except when carried out by our own people. This is their pattern, and we've now come to expect it. But how is that a way to build a strong, persuasive movement? And that's the angle.
We just got a big upgrade.
I'm thrilled to announce that at my direction, the United States Air Force is moving forward with the world's first sixth-generation fighter jet. Number six, sixth generation. Nothing in the world comes even close to it. The F-47 will be the most advanced, most capable, most lethal aircraft ever built. We know every other plane. I've seen every one of them. And it's not even close. This is a next level. You know, level 5 is good. This is level 6. America's enemies will never see it coming. Hopefully we won't have to use it for that purpose, but you have to have it. And if it ever happens, they won't know what the hell hit them.
Nothing says golden age like new fighter jets. The F-47, Trump says the generals picked the name, but okay. It's been 20 years since the F-22 debut, and Boeing beat out Lockheed for the contract. Here's Hegseth.
Well, Mr. President, this is a big day. This is a big day for our warfighters. This is a big day for our country, a big day in the world. The name of this program is the Next Generation of Air Dominance. And Mr. President, because of your leadership, your clarity, America is going to have generations in the future of air dominance because of this 6th generation fighter. Mr. President, this is a gift to my kids and your kids, to my grandkids and your grandkids. This is a historic investment in the American military, in the American industrial base, in American industry.
New fighter jets, they're for the kids. Engineers are saying the co-pilot will be a robot. Today, Pistol Pete put Musk in the cockpit. Elon was at the Pentagon getting a tour. Trump's co-pilot's Vance. What's up, JD?
Mr. Vice President is here. Do you have anything to say while you're here? He's a very good Vice President.
I'm just here to watch the show, sir. Okay. I think airplanes are pretty cool, so I wanted to check this out.
Vance likes to watch. Who doesn't? There's a lot going on. The UAE just announced a $1.4 trillion investment in American AI. NVIDIA just committed to spending hundreds of billions of dollars on American chip manufacturing. Johnson & Johnson just announced a $55 billion investment in American manufacturing, tech, and R&D. These investments are in response to Trump's tariffs.
We've been ripped off by every country in the world, friend and foe. We've been ripped off on trade. We've been ripped off on military. We protect people, and they don't do anything for us. Now some of that money is going to be coming back to us in the form of tariffs.
Trump says April 2nd will be Liberation Day. That's when reciprocal tariffs go up. American workers have been held hostage for far too long. Same with actual hostages. George Klezman was captured by the Taliban during the Biden administration and suffered for 2 long years. Today, he came home.
I feel like born again. I have no words, but anyways, I'm in debt with the President Trump. Amazing, you know. Thank God he's in the White House where he's at, and thank God he got me out.
Earlier this week, the astronauts Biden abandoned for 9 months came home too, and they're getting overtime pay.
The 2 astronauts that you just helped save from space, they didn't get any overtime pay for all that extra time. They got $5 a day per diem. For 286 days, that is $1,430 in extra pay. Is there anything the administration can do to get them, to make them whole?
Well, nobody's ever mentioned this to me. If I have to, I'll pay it out of my own pocket, okay? I'll get it for them. I'll take care of that. I like that.
Remember, no tax on overtime. And remember the gold cards Trump's selling for $5 million a pop to foreign nationals who want to become citizens and invest big money here? The gold cards are hot.
Speaking of potentially great ideas, can you tell us about the Trump card?
John Paulson had a call with Donald Trump and was talking to Donald Trump and was kicking around the idea of we should sell, right? Why do we give away visas? We should sell them. And by the way, yesterday I sold 1,000.
1,000 gold cards at $5 million a pop, that's $5 billion. We don't even really know what to think of the gold cards, but we'll take the money while we think about it. The other night on Primetime, Lutnick told us Elon has something up his sleeve.
He's building the coolest robots you've ever seen. Go online and look up Optimus. It is the coolest thing you've ever seen. We're all going to be buying robots. They're going to cost about $30,000. You're going to be buying a Tesla robot, and anybody who doesn't buy a Tesla robot is going to be silly.
Promises made, promises kept. Elon says robots are coming.
Optimus will be the biggest product of all time by far. Nothing will even be close. It'll be I think it'll be 10 times bigger than the next biggest product ever made. Like that level.
Can a robot replace Johnny? We're about to find out. And humans are getting an upgrade too.
I think long term we will also have enhancement of humans, or optionally, if somebody wants to enhance, have cybernetic enhancements, like with Neuralink. If you want to go cybernetic and, I don't know, maybe have super intelligence and be able to see, in different wavelengths, we could absolutely provide superhuman abilities via Neuralink in the future.
So far, it's been working well with monkeys. He sticks a chip in their brain and they can play a video game. But if he can make humans smarter, that's bad news for Democrats. You put a chip in their brain, give them a little common sense. Let's experiment. Elon's Mr. Generosity. He got Kai a Cybertruck.
I'm gonna win. Watch this.
Yeah, that was fast. I don't know.
That was. So Elon got this one for me because they didn't make it at the time. My grandpa got me one. He got me the souped up version. So it's 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, which is insane.
Oh, is this 2.6 seconds?
2.6.
Oh yeah, then you beat me to 0 to 60 for sure.
So my dad's I think his car's 3.2 seconds or whatever. Smoked him.
Elon's building robots, saving astronauts, and saving the government from going bankrupt. Do the Democrats say thank you? No. They call him Adolf.
The American people do not trust Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is incompetent in his position. He's a thief, he's a Nazi, and people don't trust him, period.
Voters don't trust Fire Marshal. That's why they kicked him out of Congress. Trump put together a cabinet of the best and brightest. And in less than 100 days, we're getting new fighter jets, trillions invested here, hostages back, pork doged, and the border so secure, Malaysians out of a job. And the Democrats aren't sending their best.
We have to band together. We have to speak out. We have to push back. We have to show courage. The dictator wannabes, this is part of their playbook. And the only way to defeat it is by standing strong and saying, basically, screw you, I won't be intimidated.
Democrats already sound defeated.
This is a long, relentless fight that we fight every day. And I am confident that we will bring Trump's popularity, numbers, and strength down if we keep at it and keep at it and keep at it.
Schumer's not fighting for Americans. He's not even fighting for policies. He's fighting to lower the president's approval rating. That's one reason why they lost. They're fighting a person instead of fighting for the people. They keep saying, choose your fighter. All right, I'll take Ivanka over Chuck any day. Democrats are struggling because Trump's kicking down the pillars of liberalism, the deep state, law firms, the media, universities, DEI, Act Blue. Here's the New York Times, quote, Trump and his allies are aggressively attacking the players and machinery that power the left, taking a series of highly partisan official actions that, if successful, will threaten to hobble Democrats' ability to compete in elections for years to come. Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. Why do you think the right's so excited?
I keep thinking, okay,
this is going to be
this is going to change the way folks, they're gleeful. Everybody I know who voted for Trump is gleeful and supportive of everything he's doing.
It's not just Trump voters. Most of the country's gleeful about the direction we're headed in. A new Washington Post poll says 90% of Americans support deporting criminal migrants. A majority of Americans want every illegal deported, whether they committed a crime once they were here or not. And 60% of you want to shrink the government. The country's cozying up to Trump. And the more Democrats attack him, the stronger he gets.
He never steps back. He just sort of takes it like the centrifuge and then hurls it back at you. And he's been that way always. So this is not new.
This is just who he is.
This is who he is. So those other people who attack him, they think they're attacking him. They're charging his battery. They're literally charging his battery. So he comes back bigger, stronger, bigger, stronger. And once you understand the man, the most intuitive person that you've ever met.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.